Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
I'm Nicole.
And Miss Nicole is sitting there reading the comments, trying to get through that, and she was totally dazed out, had no idea we were even talking. So here we are, everybody. Let us see if this will be the first Shabbat in 3 weeks that we're able to do this live. So hopefully Yah will repel the devils and demons that always try to take this stream out. And if you guys lose us, and if it starts buffering, and it just seems like it's buffering, it's probably because either the app died or YouTube kicked us off or something of the sort. And we're just kind of getting used to this. And so hopefully this will be a successful week. Guys, please possibly give us a little prayer that we are able to make it through this. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for being part of our family. We are blessed by having all of you guys out there. We are blessed by this little meeting time, the little kind of ecclesia that we can all hang out, that we can chill, that we can talk, that we can just hang out with the people of Yah. Because the people of Yah, if you're really truly a person of our Creator, and for those who do not know who Yahuwah is, that's who everybody knows as God. But for those who are Torah keepers, if you are a Torah keeper, and what being a Torah keeper means is that you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Genesis, that makes you a Torah keeper. That is a good thing. That is what the scriptures say from the front of the book all the way to the end of Revelations, that the people who are saved are those who obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator and have the faith of Messiah Yahushua. Now, for those who do not know who Messiah Yahushua is, that is who has been labeled as Jesus the Christ. There were no J's in Hebrew. The letter J wasn't even invented till the year 1500. In the 1500s, the letter J was invented. So we have all been deceived into thinking our Creator's name is God, that His Son's name is Jesus, when in fact our Creator's name is Yahuwah, Yahweh, and the Son, our Messiah, our King, our blessed Redeemer is Yahushua. And so thank you guys very, very much for joining in on this. We are going to be doing, first of all, let us open with a word of prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for bringing us all together once again. I ask that you comfort those who need comfort today, and that you bless everyone here around this table. Bless everyone here around our little virtual table, and that we ask that the word that you have set out for us today is blessed, that it is what we need to hear, that is what we need to read, and we ask that your Ruach works through everyone, and that your will is done through everybody today in your name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, and so Miss Nicole, before we get into I see it's loaded. Go ahead and go into the Shema, Eli. That's our old dog Panther. Eli, my producer, is struggling like normal. All right, who do we got?
All right, we have Jeremy. We have Worldwide Widow. Rosie Chica. We Need Yah, which is Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Days Rainey. We have a new name, Misty Woodarch.
Hi, Misty.
Keep going down the list. Carla, Ruby, Candy.
Yeah.
Tam, I think she's been here before, but her new name. Sylvia, you're in our prayers, dear sister.
Yeah, dear sis, we are. Yeah, shout out to all of you guys out there. It's good to see all of you.
Tess, Bonecat 1, Cindy LJ, and Ollie.
What's up, Ollie? How you doing, little buddy?
It says Jesus Christos is Jehovah Shavuot, Safavuot. It's just the name of him, whoever that is.
Greetings.
Brother Glenn.
Brother Glenn. Shout out to
Jeannie
Marina.
This world.
Hey, Jeannie's here. We haven't seen her for a while, have we?
Yeah.
Was she here?
Yeah, she's here every week.
Oh, okay.
It's Joanna.
It's Joanna. That's Joanna. All right. Yes. Well, greetings, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being a part here. Much love to everybody. I think already the chat is already broken on our side. Yeah, it's already broken on our side. This thing is such a
I'm kind of wondering because it went from 20 people down to 11.
Yeah, and you were really choppy. We can't understand what you're saying. So going out and coming back. Anybody else have any other things? This is the hand of the devil, and it's also probably bad internet as well. Let us know when we are back to normal, everybody out there. And while we do that, Jade, let's see if we can get any confirmations that this is good. Anybody here? All right, we're looking at it. It did pop down. It's glitching and goes back a few seconds when it reloads. Okay, Bonecat 1 can hear us. Okay, that's good. That is good. Okay. Well, I don't know what else to do on this, guys, other than not go live. This is the only thing that we are possibly... Okay, Jeremy has his good. It's okay on the side. Okay. All right. So for those who are having issues then, guys, maybe exit out and you can pop back in on that and see if that's any better for you. All right. We are going to do the Shema. And Mr. Jaden is going to give us the Shema. Thank you, guys. Thanks for letting us know on this.
Israel, Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah with all your heart, with all your being, and with all your might. And these words that I am commanding you today shall be in your heart. You shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. And you shall bind the sign on your hand, and they shall be frontlets between your eyes. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
Okay. All right. And so here we are with this huge thing that we talk about, and we've talked about it before. And, you know, it's unfortunate. In my YouTube feed, I have this this false teacher and false prophet guy. His name is Jonathan Kahn, and he has a big old C-O-N at the end of his name. It's not. And this guy isn't Judaism. He isn't Christianity. He's a mix of a whole bunch of different religions, and he's out there telling everybody that the Trinity is the real deal. And he quotes Zechariah 12:10. And when you look up Zechariah 12:10 in the Septuagint, it doesn't say anything like he's saying. Guys, when we are looking at the Shema, it says Yahuwah is one. And I've talked about, I think it's very important that we understand this, that there's a thing called biblical hermeneutics. And what biblical hermeneutic is that what happens at the beginning of the book in Scriptures sets the precedent for the rest of the Scriptures. It can't be unchanged. And so when it says, "Hear Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim," Yahuwah is one. Now, if Yahuwah was two, then the entire Scripture should be thrown out and we should be out, right? Because we are told that we have to believe and we have to trust what our Scriptures say. And if we're adding things to Scriptures or taking them away to fit a understanding that we may have gained in a world that has tricked us all, and there is a very big problem where you believe that the Son of our Creator and the Creator are the same individuals. When you believe that, you would have to believe that our Creator was killed, that a created entity known as Hasatan was able to kill our Creator and was able to do something with him for 3 days. That doesn't make any sense at all. None of that in Scriptures is correct. And so when we are talking about Yahuwah is one, he is one. That is who we pray to. That is who is our major leader. That's the guy who has given us the Torah. He's the one who gave us life. He also gave life to his son, his very own son, who was with him during creation. Before the world was ever created, his son and the hosts of the Shemaim were together talking about all of what would to be. It's also very clear when you read the extracurricular books that the Torah, the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator that he gave to us, he gave to Moshe, he gave to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, were around before creation ever started. And it is so very, very important that we as people understand who is our Creator and who is the Son. Now, if you think that the Creator died for 3 days and that he doesn't have the power to stop Hasatan, this is a problem. And nowhere in Scriptures, anywhere, does it say the Creator and the Son are the same individuals. People take 1 or 2 verses out of context, and if you take it back to the Septuagint, or to the actual Greek or Hebrew that you're trying to decipher from, it doesn't say this. And so we all need to be very, very careful because it does matter that our Creator is one. Okay, let us go over what we're doing is the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. These are very, very important. And these are things that we go over every single Shabbat as much as we possibly can. And if you guys don't know them, this is the perfect opportunity to write these on our heart, mind, and soul. We are told to be faithful to our Creator in everything and to keep his laws, statutes, and commands. We live in a world right now that it's very uncool to be in Torah, right? Because you don't look like the people. You don't look like the rest of the community. You don't look like the nations, because we are attempting to be set apart. We are attempting to take ourselves out of this world and to align ourselves into the laws of our Creator that He has given to us. And these laws are not to be a heavy-hitting laws to make our life horrible, to put us into bondage. None of this. In fact, it's completely opposite of what you have been told. These laws will keep you alive. They will keep you in harmony with our Creator. They will keep you in harmony with humanity, because what you will find as we're reading these, and if, as we are reading them, if anyone has any questions, please pop them into the comments and we will discuss them. This is the fun that we have when we are going through these laws, statutes, and commandments. And yeah, and like Brother Glenn says, at least 13 verses that state Yah is one. And if we decide that Yahuwah, is two, we have broken biblical hermeneutics. We have taken the history of the precedent that we had before us, and then we have made things into it, and that brings in doctrines of men. And I will tell you, the Trinity is a satanic device. It came and it has led many, many people astray, because you have people out there to Jesus, they pray to Mary, they pray to Peter, they pray to Paul, they pray to everybody except who our Messiah told us we need to pray to and how we need to pray. Now, Messiah Yahushua, Jesus the Christ, when he was asked how to pray, he didn't say, pray to me, dear Jesus, take away my sins, help me out. He says very clearly, and he starts out, our Father who art in heaven. He didn't say, it's his Father as well. Messiah's dad is Yahuwah. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And thy will being done is the Torah in our lives. That's the only will that we know of our Creator, is that our Creator is righteous and we are not. Man is sinful and ugly, and all of us have fallen from Torah, but our Creator is not. And so as we go through this, let's talk about these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, let's ready to roll. I missed Ruby. Did Ruby have something there? What was that last comment?
Regarding the Ruach, specifically in the book of Nazarene, the Ruach is referred to as it is. Is that okay?
As it is? So
I think it's not male or female. I think it was just saying.
Yeah,
And we don't know if it's male or female.
Yeah, and we don't know if it's male or female, but let's talk about, what is the Ruach HaKodesh, guys?
It is like the spirit of Elohim.
Yeah, it's the power of our Creator. And, you know, the people are like, well, your Creator's not with us. The Creator's absolutely with us. There is an absolute Ruach HaKodesh, and there's also a whole bunch of other spirits, spirit of wind, spirit of all this stuff. You can get this in the extracurricular books and talking about it. But what exactly, I mean, it's just it's a piece of our Creator, if not the Creator himself, that roams around, and it's in everything, it's around everything. And I can tell you, there is absolute power in the name. There's absolute power in our Creator. And for those who do not know, before we get into this, the law, statutes, and commands, this week we had yet another extracurricular endeavor where I believe without a shadow of a doubt that messengers came and they saved the life of Caden, my son. And he was cows. He fell down a 15-foot embankment down into a lake that was full of trash, fully clothed, with his boots on. He's down under the water, 5-10 feet. I have no idea how far he's down. Bags of trash in there. It's the worst possible place ever. And there's walls all along the side of this. And he was able to swim in giant rubber boots, completely full of water, with all his full clothes on, with long sleeve shirt. And he was able to come up from the bottom of that pool to a wall, and was able to scale a flat wall with tiny little bricks all the way out of there. And as the event was happening, it changed our lives. It changed everything about here. We're out chasing cows, and then all of a sudden, we almost lost the life of our son, and we would have never known where he was at. And so I didn't know you could swim well with clothes on. Everything I learned from Boy Scouts, everything I learned from when I was young, if you fall in the water, you immediately strip your clothes off and you save yourself, because you're going to drown when you have this on there. I don't think I ever taught Cade that if he falls in the water with his clothes on to like take them off. We had just never had that experience. And somehow he was able to float up. And this is only one of many supernatural things that happen here that just our Creator's around us. He's around all of us, and He's around us all at all times. And it is amazing that He has done what He has done and has saved us the way He has saved us, and it's all completely supernatural. You can either walk away with this and go, wow, that's the luckiest dude you've ever heard of, or you can say, wow, absolutely, the messengers ripped Cade up out of that water, got him onto that wall, and saved his life, because it would have trashed our family. We would have never, ever been the same had that happened. And so if He would save us, He will absolutely. And we're not any kind of holy rollers here, guys. We are the same as all of you guys. We're just some people trying to make it happen out in the middle of a jungle. All right, so with that, let us begin with our laws, statutes, and commandments as we go around this. All right, everybody, commandment number 1. And guys, this is what we are to etch into our hearts, minds, and souls, right? When you walk in this world and you walk against any one of these commandments, we got to come back to these. And we got to look at them, and we got to observe our lives. We have to get in alignment with our Creator. We all have one shot at this life. And if we mess this up, it's literally hell to pay. I don't want to be in that what if. That's why we stress to everybody that this is the time right now to seek our Creator, to seek Him and His Son, and to seek His commandments. Commandment 1, be fruitful.
Number 2, multiply.
Replenish the earth.
Subdue it. Have dominion over the fish, the fowl, and every living creature.
Man and woman should build their own families.
Master sin.
The herb bearing and every tree is for food.
Where are you at?
You missed it.
We're number 8.
You missed 5.
I missed 5?
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So
Oh, you went way back?
You went to
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this thing's broke. Oh, the chat is still going. You never know when YouTube's broken or not. Okay, let's bring it on. You guys do it. I'm going to check out the chat. Roll it.
All right, we are on 8.
Yep.
Every clean moving thing that lives shall be food for you.
Do not eat the blood.
Walk before me and be perfect.
Guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments.
Slow down, everyone.
Every male shall be circumcised 8 days old.
Teach your children the commands and guard the way of Yahuwah.
Remember Yahuwah's name for all generations.
Keep the Passover. Pesach.
Keep the feast of unleavened bread, festival matzah.
There is one Torah, law for the stranger and the Hebrew.
Sanctify all firstborn to Yahuwah.
There are no mighty ones before Yahuwah.
You shall not make graven images.
Do not bring Yahuwah's name to naught.
Keep the Shabbat.
Okay, slow down,
Honor
folks.
your parents.
Do not kill.
Do not break wedlock.
Do not steal.
Do not make false accusations against your neighbor.
Do not covet anything of your neighbor's.
Do not make an altar from rock that a tool has touched.
Do not go up to the altar by the steps.
If a man steals cattle, he shall restore it 5 times.
Yahuwah's laws for criminals.
Do not lie with beasts.
Do not sacrifice to other Elohim.
Do not oppress a stranger, fatherless, or widow.
Do not charge your brother interest.
If you borrow neighbor's raiment, return to him before sunset.
Do not curse the ruler of your people.
Do not eat what is torn of any beast.
No false report.
Do not follow a multitude of evil.
Do not judge unrighteously against the poor.
Bring back your enemy's cattle if you find it going astray.
Help the animals of your enemy.
Stay away from rumors and gossipers.
Take no bribes.
Do not oppress a stranger, love the stranger.
Give your land rest in the 7th year.
Do not mention any pagan names.
Keep the feast of Yahuwah.
Do not cook your goat in his mother's milk.
Obey the messenger, the angel, Yahuwah, sends before you.
Do not bow down to other Elohim.
Serve Yahuwah.
Make no covenant with other Elohim or outsiders of the land.
Do not make use of anointing oil on a normal person. Do not make use of perfume on a normal person.
Do not eat the fat.
Do what you say you are going to do.
Return what is your neighbor's.
Obey Yahuwah's dietary laws.
Let's go over that real quick. What are some dietary laws, real quick, guys? Let's give me a list of 5 things that are good that are fine to eat according to the Yah's laws.
We have rams. We have
Yep.
cows.
Yep.
We have sheep.
Yep.
We have gazelle. And we have deer.
Chickens. Now, give me 5 things that we are not to eat that are
Well,
that
the
we're
biggest one
supposed
is
to.
probably pig.
Pig?
We have shrimp.
Yep.
Lobster.
Yep.
Ravens.
Like dirty birds.
Vultures.
Dirty birds.
Horses.
Horses. Are zebras? Can we eat zebras?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They
They
chew the
Just
cut.
horse.
Do they chew the? Yeah, I don't know if they chew the cut or not. Yeah, fruit, vegetables. Why all meat? Yeah, well, we're talking about the meat because that's what people usually eat up. But as far as yeah, I mean, all the veggies. I mean, those are all things. I don't think there's ever a dispute over vegetables, or there's like, is there what unclean vegetables do we have?
Nothing.
I don't think we have any.
Poison ivy. You probably wouldn't want to eat that straight, right? Something of the sort.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, use your brain for that.
Yeah, and you don't eat roadkill. You don't eat stuff like that, right? And these are the laws, statutes, and commandments that are they'll keep you alive. When people, there's hundreds of thousands of people that get sick every year in North America from eating pig. The way you have to cook it and the way that it has to be processed, it's not a normal animal. It's not something that is good. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, the pig is the candy of the Christian religion. And as you break away from the indoctrinations of man, most people cannot give up their pork. My mom will not give up her pork. I had another conversation this week giving up Christmas, and she's like, Jason, I'm never giving up Christmas. And I know, Mom. I said, it doesn't matter what I say, or it doesn't matter anything about it. She's like, I'm like, well, he was probably born on September 11th, and it has nothing to do. They're not sitting in a field during winter. None of that was, this is all like doctrines of men again. So anyway, let's continue on with that.
Women's time of separation.
Obey Yahuwah's hygiene law, Torah.
Keep the Day of Atonement, Yom HaKippurim.
Do not uncover the nakedness of your family.
Do not take your woman's sister for wife.
Do not lie with a woman in her uncleanness.
You shall not sacrifice your children to Moloch.
Do not be a sodomite.
Be Kodesh, holy.
Do not reap the corn of your field, or you shall not glean your vineyard.
Do not deal falsely to defraud your neighbor.
Do not lie or be a liar.
Pay your workers for the day's wage they are due.
Do not harm the disabled.
Do not endanger your neighbor.
Do not hate your brother.
Rebuke your neighbor for his sin.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Do not diverse your cattle.
Do not mingle your seed.
Do not mingle linen and wool.
All right, let's talk about this real quick. A lot of people don't know about Commandment 82. We talked about, and that was one of the first things. And you get in various translations, and people come out and they're like, well, we can't mix any kind of fabrics at all. And in fact, when we first got into Torah, we thought that as well. We didn't know exactly what it was. But the two fabrics that we're talking about here is linen and wool. And each one of these has a resonating frequency that are completely opposite of each other. When you put these two kinds of fabrics together, it is very unhealthy for the human being. And so when you are wearing linen and wool, your body is all jacked up. You're vibrating. You're unhealthily vibrating, and so that's one of these things in Torah that people are like, well, those laws of God are gone. You know what? And if the laws of God are gone, then you might as well get a nice big wool shirt with some linen in there and put that bad boy on and see how well you feel, right? And that's just one example of a commandment that we can't do without these commandments. We didn't know there were different effects of linen and wool and things of that nature until we read the Torah. And then when we figure out what the creator of the universe has designed and how he designed it, and then we figure out the scientific properties behind of it, it's very, very interesting that we should not be wearing this stuff. So again, if you want to get rid of the Torah, or if the laws of our creator are gone, take out 82 and then go put on your linen and have at it. But for the rest of the people that want to keep Torah, that's things that we want to keep. Okay, 83.
Do not lie with a taken woman.
Do not eat of the fruit of the trees for 3 years.
Do not practice sorcery.
Do not round your beard or the corners of your head.
Do not cut yourself for the dead.
Do not get tattoos.
Do not prostitute your daughter.
Do not defile your temple.
Do not consult the medium.
Respect your elders.
Have correct weights and measures.
Do not walk in the manners of the nation.
What does that mean, guys? We have Commandment 94. It says, do not walk in the manners of the nations. I hate to throw my dear old mom under the bus, but my mother loves to walk in the manners of the nations. And she embellishes it. And I cannot get her. She's a hardcore, diehard Christian. Every single morning since the day that I can remember, she gets up early in the morning and reads one chapter of scriptures every day. And then she has this little daily devotional called Our Daily Bread. She's done this now. I mean, she's like, how old is she? 70 something?
74.
74. She's been doing this for like 60 years of her life. And I will explain to her simple things and she resents them. And unfortunately, this is the world that we are in. We just passed a major pagan holiday, Thanksgiving, right? A holiday that is not in scriptures. We don't have any such thing. Our Creator has told us to do not walk in the manners of the nations. Now, if we are having Turkey Day and celebrating NFL and eating until we blow up, and then we go out to a Black Friday sale and we fight the bulls of Spain trying to get the TV that is $20 off, we're walking with the manners of the nations when we celebrate all of it. That's why we are called to be set apart. We do not celebrate these man-made things. We are not part of the nations. We have Passover, we have Sukkot, we have the day of blasting. We have all of our days, are really fun times, right? Sukkot is a 7-day venture that we're supposed to be like celebrating and having our Yah's parties. Those are what we should celebrate. And so if we are walking in the manners of the nations, that's a problem. Okay, 95.
Keep the Feast of First Fruits, Shavuot, Omer-Count, Pentecost.
Keep the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah.
Keep the feast of Sukkot, Shemini Atzeret.
If you blaspheme the name of Yahuwah, you shall be put to death.
If you kill your neighbor's animal, you must give him another.
Repay injury for injury.
Honor the Yovel, the Jubilee year.
Confess your sins to Yahuwah and repay who you trespassed against.
The Torah of being a Nazir.
Wear tzitzits on the 4 corners of your garments. Now, tzitzits, a lot of people, again, I'll pull this one out there. A lot of people don't know what tzitzits are. And tzitzits are, again, one of these little things that our Creator has given to us to set us apart from the rest of the people. And it truly, Torah keepers are set apart from those in Judaism, because those in Judaism do not wear the correct color of tzitzits. They are white, and they say that the blue has been lost, and that it's like there's nothing they can do. So it's very clearly, it's numbers, what is it, 1538. It clearly tells us the color of what we should be doing, and we need to be in covenant with our Creator, and tzitzits are an amazing thing. If you guys out there don't wear tzitzits, I strongly encourage you to. But those who get tzitzits that are like white or out of the color, that's inappropriate. That's not what Scripture says. What do you got, Mr. Cole?
Irma would like to know, is there somewhere in Scripture that says a way to make them? It does not give us details how to make them.
There's zero way inside of Scriptures that it says to make them. Mystical, why do you make your tzitzits? Why you make them?
I do the 10-5-6-5 knots because it's a DNA.
What is a 10-5-6-5 knot?
So you do 10 knots, a big knot, and then 6 knots, and then a big knot, and then 5 knots, and
Yeah.
anyways. And so it represents the name of Yahuwah. In Hebrew, it matches with each letter of their alphabet.
And it actually doesn't say anything in Scriptures about that, right? It says blue fringes, right? If you was tied to 4 corners of your body, you would be keeping that commandment.
But our DNA strand that same sequence, 10-5-6-5. So we are created in Yah's name with his DNA structure.
And again, we don't know if that's where that even comes from. There's zero in Scriptures that says that. But as far as the tzitzits go, I do like the ones that Ms. Cole makes. There's a video on our channel here on how we do tzitzits, and it's a single color. There's no other colors in that as well. Okay, where anything else?
No.
Okay.
105.
All right, 105.
The Torah, laws of touch the corpse.
Follow Yahuwah's Torah, law of inheritance.
Law of keeping your oath to Yahuwah.
Do not add or take away from the word.
Very important. Guys, right here, 108. I got to touch on this today. This is very, very critical. And all of us, when we believe the Trinity, breaks Deuteronomy 4:2, right? Do not add or take away from the word. Biblical hermeneutics is very, very important. What it starts at the beginning must go all the way to the end. If we are adding things into it, if we are saying that Paul, brother Shaul, who did not walk with Messiah Yahushua, says that the laws of our Creator are gone, and you accept that, then you have broken Deuteronomy 4:2. You have broken a commandment, because the laws of our and the test of time. They will never be taken away. They will be here till heaven and earth pass away. Not one jot, not one tittle will be gone. And this is what we all have to realize, that when we're talking about this, the covenant, the renewed covenant that talks about at the end that everybody's going to know Yah. You're not going to have to talk to your neighbors about him, because every single person knows about the laws, statutes, and commands. They all know about our Creator. We haven't seen those days right now. And if we are in any what you would call a religion where you are worshiping on a Sunday, we're breaking Deuteronomy 4:2. We are breaking commandments, because Sunday is not a day to worship. That is a first day. That is what man has done, and it is not a seventh day. And how the Christians, how they celebrate it, they go in and then they go to dinner afterwards, and they pay people. They're breaking commandment after commandment, if that day was even the Shabbat. Okay, we're going to the next one. 109. Guard your soul.
Learn to fear Yahuwah.
You shall love Yahuwah with all your heart.
Pay attention, Jade. Bind the Torah laws upon your hand and the frontlets between your eyes.
And the Torah laws on your doorposts.
Do not tempt Yahuwah.
Do what is right and good in the sight of Yahuwah.
Do not be afraid of your enemies.
Remember Yahuwah.
Circumcise your heart.
Cleave to Yahuwah.
Swear by his name.
Destroy graven images.
Do not make an idol of Yahuwah as the pagans do to their Elohim.
Rejoice in all Yahuwah has blessed you with.
Do not do what is right in your own eyes.
Do not hearken to the words of false prophets.
Do not make any bonds in your eyes for the dead.
You shall not eat any abominable thing.
You shall give to a stranger of clean food that dies of itself, but you shall not eat of it.
Give tithe your increase of seed year by year.
The Torah laws of the end of the 7-year release.
Do not borrow from the nations.
Do not harden your heart nor shut your hand from the poor.
Guard month 1 of Yahuwah's calendar.
3 times a year, all males shall appear before Yahuwah.
You shall make judges and officers in all your gates.
Do not plant Asherah poles near the altar.
There must be 2 or 3 witnesses.
Hearken unto the prophet Yahuwah has chosen.
Rabbi, prophet test of Deuteronomy.
Do not remove your neighbor's property line.
How to deal with false witness among Torah keepers.
The first child get double portions.
If your brother's cattle or clothes are lost and you find them, you must return them.
A woman should not wear what pertains to a man, nor a man what pertains to a woman.
If you find a bird's nest with the mother and the babies or eggs, take the babies, but not the mother.
If you build a new house with a flat roof that is able to be lived on, you must put a railing around it.
Do not be a prostitute.
Do not use dirty money.
The Torah of divorce.
Do not take a person's millstone for pledge.
If you lend to your brother, do not enter his house to get your payment. He must bring it to you. Return his clothing before sunset if that was his pledge.
Do not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy.
Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
Do not go back to the forgotten sheep in the field, leave it for the stranger, fatherless, and widow.
Do not muzzle your ox when he treads out grain.
If your brother dies and has no child, you shall take his wife and name the firstborn after your brother.
At the end of 7 years, you are to read the Torah at the feast of Sukkot.
Okay, so there we go, everybody. That is the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator in a summary, in a nutshell, as they say. And this list was compiled by us over the years, a couple of years ago that we compiled this list, and we went through the Torah, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and we compiled this. Then we went through it again to make sure that we didn't miss things. And this is the closest that we can find to a list of commandments that we can keep today, that are part of our world, that we, obviously there's things like there's a tremendous amount of commands that deal with Levitical priests. We can't do that. There's a lot of commands that deal with Jerusalem. We can't do these kind of things. We are not in the land. We are all in wherever we're at, captivity, dispersed amongst all the nations of the world. And so here we are, and we're ready to roll. Mr. Cole, do you have anything from there? All right, so here we are. Yeah, sorry, Cindy. Sorry about your migraine. Those really are a bummer thing. Okay, gentlemen, give me a what's going on right here. Jade, you busy? Give me what's going on in the past chapters here. What's going on? We're to Exodus 13 right here.
So we know about Moses coming back to the land. He killed an Egyptian. He ran away. He now has come back to Egypt to free the people. He ended up doing 10 plagues Yahuwah commanded him to do. The land is completely destroyed. All the firstborn is now dead. They're leaving Egypt with all the riches, all the silver, all the gold of the Egyptians, and they are departing, and so they are on their way out of Egypt.
Okay. And so anybody who wants to know the translations at the bottom translation is Yah Scriptures, and Yah Scriptures is a hybrid between the ISR, the Hallelujah Scriptures, and a brand new version, which is essentially ours. And so this is what you're reading right there. It's available absolutely free. There's a PDF. I don't know if it's in the link. I think it's in the description. Did you put it in? You just put it in the description. There's a link. I think Mr. Cole put in the downloads right there. It's absolutely free. And so these are very small PDFs. You guys can stick them to your phones, your tablets, or anything. And like I've told folks, it doesn't really matter if you guys go get Bibles and reading stuff. If you do not read it, it does you no good. It doesn't matter. And so this is the entire point of what we are always trying to encourage people to do, is not to take our word for anything, but to seek our Creator where He's able to be found. And He has left us a codex. He's left us a manuscript. He's left us a way forward. And that's what the Torah means. It means the way forward. And so many of us is like, well, that's bondage. That's the old laws. That's not for us. And that the way forward is the way forward. Okay, so we will begin. The translations at the top is the Targums of Exodus. Is an interesting take on things, and Sometimes there's a little bit of bones inside of the chicken that we have to kick out. So we will go ahead. Mr. Cole, let me know what happens here in the chat, because I just had to turn that off. And I don't know if we'll ever get it back on because this YouTube is funky. Okay, 13. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Kadosh to me all the firstborn, the one opening the womb among the children of Israel, among man and beast, it is mine. And Moshe said to the people, remember this day in which you went out of Mitzrayim, out of the house of slavery. For by strength of hand Yahuwah brought you out of this place, and whatever is leavened shall not be eaten. Today you are going out in the month of Abib. And again, when we have things like in the month of Abib, these are things that are added to. Our Creator never gave us months of Abib. He gave us month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, all the way to the end, as same way with day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, right? When you see naming like this, it has been tampered with by man to bring us those names. 5, and it shall be, when Yahuwah brings you into the land of the Canaanites, and to the Kittites, and the Amorites, and the Kiwites, and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep this service in this month. 7 days you are to eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day, now this is, what we're talking about, guys, is like Thanksgiving Day. When you start into Torah, that was one of the very first things that we broke away from, that was really something that Mystical liked, Christmas. And it was part of her life. It's been part of our lives. We all grew up in Babylon, and that is the most incredible day, right? Ever since we were little children, our parents have lied to us and told us some fat guy's coming down a thing and then give us presents. And so we get on our knees in front of unfortunately, it's the phallus of Nimrod, and we're basically on our knees. It's decorated in gold and silver. It has a little crown on top of it, and it's no difference than getting on our knees to any other false deity. And so if you are regretting that you shouldn't be participating in these days, and I will tell you, it's been how many years since we did this? What, 14 years? 12, 13? It's been many years.
Wow.
In many years. And just like this year, we had no idea when Thanksgiving was. It was Thanksgiving Day. I didn't even know. People told me as we were doing our reading for the morning, you pretty soon you forget about it. Pretty soon you start watching all of those around you and all of these decorations, all of this stuff. All of a sudden it becomes a warning to you that they are the world and we should not be with the world. And so if you are missing those days, these days, what we're talking about right here is called Passover, right? 7 days you are to eat unleavened bread. On the 7th day is a festival to Yahuwah. These are party days to Yah. These are remembrance days, not exactly party days. Don't get me wrong. They are in remembrance with a very important message to all of them, but we're not left without good times. And that's what people think. You can't do Christmas, you can't do New Year's, you can't do Easter, things of that nature, and you need to, because that's all demonology. You have something?
A newcomer, Casey, he has a question.
Hi, Casey.
Says, question is, Babylon, America today?
Brother, everywhere is Babylon, right? North America is probably the mystery Babylon, the one that has done a tremendous amount of damage to the world. But as far as Babylon goes, everywhere is Babylon. You come down here to South America, Panama, it all looks like a bunch of North Americans, right? They dress in New York City hats. The Western world has completely polluted everywhere. As far as being the most evil country in the world, North America could definitely be that. You have 70-80% of all pornography that comes out of the west coast of North America for the entire world. And when you look at the demonology and the Satanism that is involved with pornography and that entire vile, corrupt setup, North America is the king of that. And they've infected the entire world. Pop music, right? All of this, the music culture, all comes out of North America. You don't hardly hear any kind of stuff coming out of Europe and various things coming back. Every once in a while you have an artist or something of the sort, but it's all satanic. And the entire world right now is Babylon. And we are all in captivity. We all have woken up in a place that is not in Yisrael, and we are all trying to seek our Creator. And this is the point. These are the end days. These are the days when people will open their eyes and they will meet their Elohim, Most High, which is Yahuwah, and they will seek His commandments. And this is where it begins. And so I don't know if that answers that, but hopefully that is. All right, now.
Said the same thing.
Who's that?
The world is Babylon.
Yeah, the entire world's Babylon. It's a corrupt world. Weird.
Did you read verse 7?
All right, let me hit verse 7, then Eli is going to read at the top. Okay, so after 6, unleavened bread is to be eaten the 7 days. Whatever is leavened is not to be seen with you, and leaven is not to be seen with you within all your border. Now, as much as this seems like it's back in the days of Moshe, this is still one of the appointed times that we are to keep today, and it'll come back next year. It's over for this year, but it'll come back, and these are our instructions as we go through Passover. We always bring up this chapter. We always read this just to make sure everything is fine and dandy. Now, Eli's going to be reading out of the Targums at the top. Hit it.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Sanctify before me every firstborn male. Whatsoever opens the womb of all the sons of Yasharel, among men and among beasts, is mine. And Moshe said to the people, Remember this the day in which you went out free from Mizraim, from the house of the bondage of slaves. For by great strength of hand did Yahuwah bring you forth from there, and you shall not eat leaven. This day you are come out free on the 15th of Nisan, which is the month of Abibah. And it shall be, when Yahuwah your Elohim shall have brought you in the land of the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Amorite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite, which he swore by his word unto Abraham to give you, a land producing milk and honey, that you shall keep the service in this month. 7 days shall you eat unleavened cakes, and on the 7th day shall be a feast before Yahuwah. Unleavened cakes shall be eaten in 7 days, and nothing leavened shall be seen with you, nor leaven itself be seen with you in all your borders.
Okay. So there's pretty much the same on all that. All right, so we're back to Yah Scriptures at the bottom. 8. And you shall inform your son in that day, saying, It is because of what Yahuwah did for me when I came up from Mitzrayim. And as you can see, right, just that verse alone right there is telling us why we are still celebrating them, right? We celebrate Passover because our forefathers were saved. The reason that a lot of us are here today is because our forefathers were saved from the horrors of Mitzrayim. And so that's essentially what it is. It is because you tell our kids, and when your kids come up to you, why are we celebrating Passover? Well, son, it's because of what Yahuwah did for me when I came up from Mitzrayim. That's essentially what we should say. 9, and it shall be a sign to you on your hand, and as a reminder between your eyes, that the Torah be in your mouth. For with a strong hand, Yahuwah has Mitzrayim, right? And so right here, this is very, very important stuff, right? It's as a sign to you on your hand, and a reminder between your eyes, what? Of Yahuwah is to be in your mouth. Now, if you don't know the Torah of Yahuwah will never be in your mouth. You will think like the Christians, you'll think like the Catholics, you'll think like every other religion out there, and there's 35,000 plus religions out there, and not a single one of them adhere to scriptures. Not a single one of them is based on Bible. You will not find that in that so-called man-made religion world. You will find that in scriptures, but you will not find that in thing. Mr. Cole, do you have something?
Casey just says, name all the forefathers, please.
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moshe, Joshua, Judge, forefathers, guys, come on, give me some forefathers.
Enoch.
Enoch, yeah,
Enoch, Adam, Enosh,
Seth.
yeah, I mean, the forefathers are our forefathers, right? Noah, Shem, Japheth, hopefully not fathers, but that's who we're talking about, our forefathers, is that they were taken care of and that they were done. All right, and where am I at here?
You are in 10.
10. Okay, and you shall guard this law at its appointed time from year to year, right? And again, here's a thing, that this law is still in effect. It is not something that you shall guard this law until I send the guy that you call Jesus the Christ, and then you don't have to keep it anymore because I just decided I was going to let my son get slaughtered so that you guys. That's not what it says. It says that we keep it. It's ongoing. And just like there's no jot or no tittle that will be gone out of the Torah until heaven and earth are gone, these laws, these appointed times, they're all here for us. Every single year, we need to keep them to get into covenant with our Creator. 11. And Yahuwah brings you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your father, that you shall pass over to Yahuwah, everyone opening the womb, and every firstborn that comes from your livestock. The males belong to Yahuwah, but every firstborn of a donkey you are to ransom with a lamb. And if you do not ransom it, then you shall break its neck. And every firstborn of man among your sons you are to ransom. Now this is a starting of firstborn of our Creator was slaughtered, right? The firstborn did not make it out. The laws of our Creator, the same thing has happened. And it was the firstborn son of our Creator that we know, not the that died. Okay.
14.
14. And it shall be, when your son asks you in time to come, saying, what is this? Then you shall say to him, by strength of hand, Yahuwah brought us out of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. Again, what do we tell people? Why are we keeping this? Well, because it is a celebration that our forefathers came and absolutely did this, and that our Creator was faithful to them, and that He saved them as He will save us. 15. And it came to be, when Pharaoh was too hardened to let us go, that Yahuwah killed every firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I to Yahuwah every male that opens the womb, but every firstborn of my sons I ransom. Hand and the frontlets between your eyes, for by strength Yahuwah brought us out of Mitzrayim.
Now you can tell that people forgot this when they would get into like Judges and like Samuel and Kings. They all forgot that they brought out of Mitzrayim. They didn't tell their children anymore. They obviously went the pagan ways and forgot their children about.
That's the thing about the Torah. The Torah informs us that we and that we need to. That's why the whole thing about the Deuteronomy, the Shema, is that we are to love our Creator with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our soul, and to write the words on our doorposts, on the frontlets of our eyes. The Torah is a living, breathing entity that needs to be infused into the flesh of man for man to find that covenant way. If we forsake the Torah, our Mashiach, our Messiah, is going to forsake us. He will tell us, I don't know you. Depart from me, you who are lawless people. And we will be sitting there dumb that, man, we cast out all these demons in the name of Jesus. We did all these great things in the name of Jesus. And then he tells us he doesn't even know us because we're Torahless, we're lawless. It says it clearly in Matthew. So we got to be very careful with this. All right, Eli, hit it.
And you shall instruct your son on that day, saying, this precept is on account of what the word of Yahuwah did for me in miracles and wonders in bringing me forth from Israel. And this miracle shall be inscribed and set forth upon the hand, on the top of your left, and for a memorial inscribed and set forth upon your head, set between your eyes on your forehead, that the Torah of Yahuwah may be in your mouth, because in strength, with a mighty hand, Yahuwah brought you forth from Israel.
All right, so this is different. This is the difference in the Targums, is the way they word this stuff. And the thing about the Jews of today, the Judaism, they have a thing called a tefillah or something, or a telef. It's like this little black box, and they wrap this, what is it? Telephant. They wrap the little like this little hands, and it's a Jewish thing, and you can kind of Targums, which is a kind of a Jewish thing. So, but we don't know exactly what it is. When we talk about writing the laws on our heart, on our mind, on our doorposts, and our gates, and things like that, it's about knowing it. It's about inscribing it in our life and understanding it.
You shall therefore keep the statute in the season to which it belongs, on work days, not on Sabbaths or solemnities, and by day, not by night. And when I, Yahuwah, brought you in the land of the Canaan, which I have sworn to you and to your fathers to give you, you shall set apart for Yahuwah every one that opens the womb, and every animal that is dam bears, and that opens the womb, if it be to you a male, you shall sanctify for Yahuwah. And every donkey that opens the womb, you shall redeem with a lamb. And if you redeem him not, you shall cut him off. And every firstborn man among your sons you shall redeem, but your servant you may not redeem with money. And when future your son shall ask you, saying, what is this ordinance to the firstborn? You shall tell him, by the power of a mighty hand, Yahuwah delivered us from Israel, redeeming us from the house of the servitude of slaves. And when the word of Yahuwah had hardened the heart of Pharaoh, that he would not deliver us, he killed all the firstborn of the land of Mizraim, from the firstborn of man to the firstborn of cattle. Therefore do I sacrifice before Yahuwah every male that opens the womb, and every firstborn of my sons I redeem with silver. And it shall be inscribed and set forth upon your left hand and between your eyebrows, because by mighty strength of hand Yahuwah brought us out of Mizraim.
Okay. Do you have something mystical? You're chuckling over there.
Glenn's just a character.
Brother Glenn is a character.
He says telephone? Question mark.
What telephone?
Here, telephone.
Telephone. He's like
A
telephone.
yeah.
He's like, we use Coke cans as kids.
Hey, we did that too. You had little styrofoam cups. I guess Coke cans would work too. But you remember the game of telephone? Did you guys ever play that with you guys?
Yeah, you did.
Did we do that? You guys? Okay. Yeah, that's our first cell phones the kids had. Okay, here we go. 17. And it came to be when Pharaoh had let the people go that Elohim did not say of the land of the Pelishites, though that was near. Elohim said, lest the people regret when they see fighting and return to Mitzrayim. So Elohim led the people around by the way of the wilderness of the Sea of Reeds, and the children of Israel went up armed from the land of Mitzrayim. And Moshe took the bones of Joseph with him, for he certainly made the children of Israel swear, saying, Elohim shall certainly visit you, and you shall bring my bones from here with you. And they departed from Succoth and camped in Ethim at the edge of the wilderness. And Yahuwah went before them by day in a column of cloud to lead the way, and by night in a column of fire to give them light, so as to go by day and night. The column of cloud did not cease by day, nor the column of fire by night before the people.
And it was when Pharaoh had released the people that Yahuwah did not conduct them by the way of the land of the Pelishite, though that was the near one. For Yahuwah said, unless the people be affrighted in seeing their brethren who were killed in war, 200,000 men of strength of the tribe of Ephraim, who took shields and lances, and down to Gath to carry off the flocks of the Pelishite, and because aggressed against the statute of the word of Yahuwah, and went forth from Mizraim 3 years before the end of their servitude, they were delivered into the hand of the Pelishite, who slew them. These are the dry bones which the word of Yahuwah restored to life by the ministry of Ezekiel the prophet in the vale of Dura, by which, if they saw them, they would be afraid and return into Mizraim.
All right, we got to talk about this because this has something completely different than anything we've ever seen in scriptures that we know of. This is a lot different. You guys catch us?
They went a different
Were you
way.
listening?
Yeah.
Did it go
No.
a different way? Had nothing to do
So,
with that.
I think we hear about the tribe of Ephraim going out in one of the extracurricular books.
Jasher?
I don't think it was Jasher,
No.
was it? I think it was in.
But do we know these bones? This is talking about the dry bones of Ezekiel.
Yeah, which he.
So this is, as far as we know, a lot of people we don't know what the dry bones. Yeah, Ezekiel.
This is later in life, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is what he's talking about here, and so they've added this in, and so this is the difference between the Targums, and this is why we want to kind of discuss this and go over this stuff, because we haven't heard about 200,000 men of strength of the tribe of Ephraim. They took shields, lances, and weapons of war, and went down to Gath to carry out the flocks of the Pelishites, and because they transgressed against the statute of the word of Yahuwah.
I think that's wrong because
We know Todd wrote about this. Todd wrote about this on his newsletter.
Did he?
About it. Yeah.
What was it? Do you guys remember anything about that?
It might have been Julie's. It might have been in there. I don't know.
This is so we don't know if this is real or different.
I think it would be wrong because it just talked about how Yahuwah didn't lead them that way because they would go to
okay,
war.
so this is
This
like
is different, dude.
this is like some other time. Like it's like right
It said
before
it
something.
said 3 years prior.
Yeah, so this
Yeah,
is
it's like right before they like all left. They
yeah,
were-
so
children of Ephraim were like men of war. They're like angry people.
They
I
was.
remember the story.
I
Where
do
do we
too.
remember the story from?
I don't know. It's got to be one of the extra.
It's gotta be
And
Jasher.
that's- and
It's
that's
gotta
when-
be
that's when
Jasher.
Ezekiel goes down and all the dry bones come alive. It's apparently like supposedly all the Ephraim that died there.
I think I remember that as well. That's very interesting. Maybe we need a different study.
Jasher, because we've read that just a little bit. I don't remember any of that in Jasher.
All right, figure that out. We'll figure that out for you guys. Maybe discuss it next week.
But Yahuwah led the people round by the way of the desert of the Sea of Suf, and every one of the sons of Yasharel with 5 children went up from the land of Mizraim. And Moshe carried up the ark in which were the bones of Joseph from out of the Nilotes, and took them with him, because adjuring he adjured the sons of Yasharel, saving, or I think it's
I think
saying.
the word should be saved.
Yeah, it's saying, Yahuwah will surely remember you, and you shall carry up my bones with you. And they journeyed from Succoth, the place where they had been covered with the clouds of glory, and sojourned in Ethan, which is on the side of the desert. And the glory of the presence of Yahuwah went before them by day in the column of the cloud, to lead them in the way, and at night the column of the cloud moved behind them, to darken on their pursuers behind them, but to be a column of fire to enlighten them before they might go forward by day and by night. The column of the cloud departed not by day, nor the column of fire by night, in leading on before the people.
The only thing I find fascinating to that is that they capitalize the word cloud every time they talk about cloud. Yah being in a column of the cloud. Clouds capitalized.
But not fire.
Yeah, not fire. That is weird how they did that. And well, that's it, guys. That is the end of the end. We finally made it through. I guess I knock on wood. We haven't knocked knock on wood, that's probably satanic as well. But made it through without getting kicked off by YouTube, without having our stuff taken and getting beat down. And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us, for being part of this family. And we hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And so let's hit it off. And yeah, actually before that, Jade, give us our the blessing for the people, please.
Speak unto Aaron unto his hail, say unto them, Yahuwah bless you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you, peace unto you. Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them.
All right, and before we hit the music, before we give you guys a shout out and goodbye, just remember we have 9 pit bulls, and they get real excited here. They're not caged, they're not kenneled, they just hang out around us at all times. They're part of our family, and so they get a little excited on this too. So when you hear the barking, just know that it's the dogs, and they're happy. All right, much love, everyone. right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of our family. We love you guys very, very much. We really appreciate all of you guys, and we want to thank you guys for being just part of Yah's little community here. And may Yahweh bless you. May He keep you. May He forever guide your lives. May you guys find the love of Messiah Yahushua and find the Torah of Yah in everything that you guys do. Much love to you guys. We will see you guys next week, Yah willing.